Yes, the world does exist beyond the four walls of my living room. All right, you ready for your first night out here in the tractor? Everything did not go swimmingly. Some of the changes that we have made. Apparently, it is broody season. This actually isn't even the right one. This is Harriet, but there's been a breast sitting on this nest here. And they keep trying to sit on that duck's eggs, which is why she's locked in during the day. What you guys up to, huh? You laying eggs? We don't really need them to hatch anymore, but if they want to, then I guess I'll let them. I actually put, looks like they knocked one of them out. These are Blue's eggs. They're a bluish greenish color. And mixed with, thank you, mixed with that black silver Moran's rooster, offspring should, in theory, produce an olive colored egg. We'll see. That's the only reason I gave it to him, because I miss having pretty eggs. There you go. This is grass. Enjoy. Welcome to the outside. Yes, the world does exist beyond the four walls of my living room. There you go. Hey, chickies. All right, you ready for your first night out here in the tractor? Yeah. Okay, we got some carabiners to put on those latches to make sure they can't get unlatched. These guys are really enjoying this grass and the sunshine, aren't you guys? You just want to be the center of attention, don't you, Sam? Okay, guys. Sleep well, okay? We'll latch that door and see you in the morning. I knew you were laying in here somewhere. Charlotte, this is not a safe place for you to lay because there are coons about. And last time you tried to lay, you lasted all of 2 weeks. So you need to go in the barn. I'm sorry. You just gotta. Unless you have another better idea. I guess we can see if she comes back tomorrow, and if she's serious about it, then we can give her a chance, because she wasn't here this afternoon. I'm all for these ducks hatching their own eggs. Except the fact that, they're not very many laying right now while they're all trying to hatch eggs. But,
Preferably more than 2.
Preferably more than 2 laying eggs?
That hatch.
Oh, right. More than 2 hatching would be good, yes. But this is not the place. We already lost one this way. And I'm not really ready to lose another this way. So, I think we're going to move her in the coop. And if she still wants to come back here and try to be broody tomorrow, then maybe we'll figure something else out. I don't know. But for now, she's going in. Yeah, staying here for the night. Hi. Meanwhile, this dude isn't doing so well. I thought he injured himself because he was limping. But then when I picked him up, I discovered he's got what seems to be like a tumor on his back. almost like a golf ball sized tumor. You can kind of see it the way he's sitting now. And now I'm starting to wonder if said tumor is paralyzing him. So he probably needs to be put out of his misery sooner rather than later. He was actually a really, really well-stacked rooster. He met standards, a lot of the standards for perfection. He was built really, really well for his breed. But, yeah. So, not doing so hot. And then that one up there, whose booty is facing us. Sam, stop eating my hair. That one actually has a really super nasty eye infection. And he's kind of, I don't know if it's because of the infection or something else, but he's kind of wasting. So we're kind of at a loss for roosters at the moment. Yeah. So we'll be addressing that soon. Yeah, he can't really walk. I had to pick him up and bring him in here, and yeah, it's like he can't stand up. Poor guy. You know you can't jump up there, right? Surely not. Just sleep on the floor. Don't try it. You can't do it. Don't try. Just sleep right there. Just sleep right there on the floor. Hey, chickies. Did you stay warm enough? How'd you like your first night outside, huh? Of course, in true Ohio fashion, it's July and it got down to 55 this morning, so they were probably pretty cold because they're not fully feathered yet. Oops. But you look like you did good. Yay. We'll get you some food, okay? Guess where she's going? Guess she still wants to be on that nest, huh? Oh, goodness. Morning, guys. You're gonna have to deal with my morning voice and dark circles. It's been a very long night and very early morning. So, first night, chicks in the tractor did great. It got colder for July. Got down to 55, so it's a little cold for chicks that were not fully feathered. But everything went well. Last night, it actually got down to 50 again in July. But everything did not go swimmingly. Last night, we had all the windows open because, you know, it was really nice out. And right as Mike and I were getting ready for bed, we heard the chicks start squawking. So we hurry up, ran out here, chased off coon. We thought, okay, he's probably gone for the night. They'll probably be okay the rest of the evening. Tomorrow we can, you know, come reevaluate some things. So we go to bed, and then around 3 o'clock, I wake up to the chicks crying again. And I run out here expecting to see coon again. No. It's an opossum. I didn't even think about possums getting them. I mean, I know it's a thing. It just didn't cross my mind. Yeah. So at this point, when I come out here, there are chicks running around in the yard. So, a couple of things I did not take into account. Some of these chicks are still small enough to squeeze through those 2 by 3 inch spaces, apparently. So that's a thing that we need to address. Obviously, I didn't think about possums. Yeah. And I also did not take chicken stupidity into account. Yeah. Because they like to huddle all together in a corner. And the corners are where we have that 2 by 3 instead of hardware cloth. So, yeah. I went ahead. I did find one had been decapitated. So, obviously, took care of that. Another one does have an injury on its face. And then 2 of them I couldn't find in the dark with my flashlight. So I am out here this morning to see if they just wandered over and hid in this tall grass and stuff by the pond area, or if they got eaten. I don't know. I really don't see any trace of chicks. So I don't know. That's a really fast eating possum if he went through 3 chicks that fast. So I don't know. I'm gonna look around a little bit, see if they're hiding about, or they could have even escaped the yard at this point. I don't know. So we may not find them. But yeah. So about that time, around like 3:20 in the morning, I went ahead and gathered up what was left of them, threw them in a Rubbermaid tub, and threw them in the garage. Just at least keep them safe for the rest of the night, even though they're in cramped quarters. So yeah, couple things we need to address here. I did yesterday put a rope handle on the far end to make it easier to move, and we put a really kind of janky perch in there for them, but of course they didn't use it or they would have been safe. Yeah, so I am gonna go ahead and put siding on this end. I know we had talked about it but hadn't decided. That stuff is really a pain to cut, which is probably why we didn't go ahead and do it right away, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that today. That way they will have this entire covered side. They should be safe. And then I guess I'm gonna have Mike pick up some hardware cloth, just a short like 10-foot roll, and then it will at least cover the bottom half, reinforce the bottom half of this side here and the bottom 2 feet of the door there, where, you know, at chicken height. That 10-foot roll is $20. It's ridiculous how much this stuff costs, which is why we didn't do the whole thing in hardware cloth, because it's very expensive. So yeah, add another $20 to the expense of this thing. But if it keeps our chickens safe, I mean, at least we aren't losing all that money that we've already put into them, and losing our food and our egg sources and everything else. So it'll be worth $20. It's just unfortunate that it had to happen this way. So those are my suggestions. If you do make chicken tractor like this, put the rope on there so it's easier to pull, which we had planned to do anyways. We just didn't do it till yesterday. Yeah, make sure one end is completely enclosed. I may leave a little bit of the top open just for ventilation. That's why I didn't close it. Well, why I was debating whether or not to close it up, just for extra ventilation. So I might leave the top like foot or something open for airflow, but the rest of it's going to be siding, and then reinforce this with hardware cloth. Ideally do the whole thing in that hardware cloth, but it is expensive. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna look again one more time, see if I find any signs of missing chicks, and then I guess start with our day. Mama Duck has her palace. She's got all this space to move around now if she wants to, or she can just stay in there in her little nest. I'm not gonna bother taking it out of the dog kennel because I don't want to risk breaking any eggs, but there you go, girl. She's got her food in there, her water, and room to move around now if she wants, instead of having to stay in the kennel all the time. Okay, so really quick, Mike's getting the birds put up for the night and I need to go milk, but I want to show you we did get this sided all the way. And then back over here at the front side. Is this blurry? I feel like this is blurry. Is that better? Then over here at the front side, we put a 2-foot strip of hardware mesh across there where there was the larger netting, and we used, I don't know if you can tell through the wire on here, but we made sure to double attach it, not just attaching to the wood, but also used zip ties to attach it to the bigger wire. And we have all of those little tails sticking out there to hopefully deter the chicks from getting too close to the side to where they would be a temptation. So yeah, that's what we did today to try to make this more secure. I think the only other thing we could possibly do would be to skirt it to prevent digging under. And at some point I would like to put probably some of the 2x3 across the bottom for the purposes of preventing predators digging under, although if they just reached a hand then that wouldn't stop them. But then also if we were to use this for rabbits growing out, we wouldn't want them digging out either, so that would allow them to eat grass but not dig through. And then yeah, and really, like I said, hardware cloth is really ideally the way to go to prevent predators in general. We went with what was available at our store that didn't cost an arm and a leg. It bit us a little bit, but something that I didn't think about was, you know, obviously we found out these guys can still fit through some of the little ones. Oops, got some cockerels fighting. But also if we put rabbit growouts in here, they could definitely fit through the 2x3 as well, which I didn't think about ahead of time. So probably a good thing we reinforce this for that purpose too. But so anyway, there we go. Hopefully tonight will be less eventful. And yeah, good things to report in the morning. You keeping them dry? You keeping them dry? Well, focus. See how big is underneath. This is the stupidity of chickens. This ground is sopping wet from a storm. And instead of being under there, they're over here by the wire. And this is why the possum got them. You guys, seriously, go underneath to sleep. There you go, guys. There's the update on the chicken tractor. Some of the changes that we have made along the way to improve it over the first couple weeks of use here. The chicks are really enjoying it. It's proving to be very functional. And so far, since we've made those changes, it's been very safe for them, which that's the goal, right? We would eventually like to add wheels to it just to make it a little bit easier to move, but we just haven't decided how we're going to do that yet. And just by moving it every day, these guys are able to fertilize the yard and get fresh grass every day without ruining the yard. If you missed the video where we built the chicken tractor, you can check that out right here. Otherwise, stay tuned and we'll see you next week.